All right, y'all. Welcome back to another Fourth Friday Fun Working edition here at Spread the Positive Studios. I am one of your hosts, as always, Trent Denson. Oh boy, I know we got a lively crowd already. We got Red in the building. I know. Jessica, how are you and your son?
Can't control him. I did not have any part of bringing him in.
Goodnight Gorilla stole one of his keys and took off and found an elephant and found I don't know what else I had to say.
That was pretty good.
Awesome. Well, I'm your
pretty
other
good.
host, Jessica Bryan with Reed and Associates, and this is my little guy, Rhett Bryan, the egg dealer.
Yeah.
Goodnight
Entrepreneur.
Gorilla took his keys, then went off and found
Rhett Bryan, the egg dealer. and we're talking about Goodnight Gorilla. So we have had a week of chaos, and we're just continuing
we
it
have
right
a
on
week
into
of
the room.
chaos, and we have so much fun we had.
Yeah, we had so much fun, says Rhett. Yeah, that's right. We have
Yeah,
had
we
fun.
had so much fun.
Yeah,
How do I hear myself?
you don't.
You just talk. You can watch it after. You just
Yeah, you
pretend
can
the mic's
watch it
not there.
after.
And you just talk to us like it's a normal conversation.
Yep, that's it.
Jessica, what's the question this week?
The question this week is, what are you doing over the summer to stay engaged, be engaged, and not just vacation all summer from your business?
Yeah, you should do that in your life.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing is wrong with vacationing all summer. And if you are in a place in your business where you take the whole summer off, please tell us all about how you got there.
Yeah, this
and
is how
to make
funny
that
it
work
is.
because that's super important.
You
and
can
we would
do
love to
that
know.
over and over.
But yeah, like what are you doing to stay busy? What are you doing to get clients while people are vacationing and in and out of town and all that kind of stuff? So just
Yeah,
how are you keeping your summer hot?
Go ahead. Hot girl summer. How you starting?
Hot.
Well, I'm keeping my summer hot.
Well, it's
At
gonna.
least one hot girl
It's
walk per day.
After one day when you go outside, it's gonna be hot. And
Yep.
next day, you can get out your swimming pool.
Good call.
Get out your swimming pool, play with
Because it's
hose
still
pipe
going to be
all
hot,
day.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what? Day 3. So
Yeah.
day 1, you go outside and it's hot.
Yeah.
Day 2, you get out your swimming pool. Day 3,
You play in the water.
good call. Day 4,
You swim at the place.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm thinking there needs to be room for a slip and slide in there somewhere.
There
What do you
might
think?
be- There's 2 slides together at the same time.
And then day 5, you totally have to hose pipe and don the trampoline.
Oh my. Good call.
Yes. And
Yeah,
bomb pops.
and Bob Pop. That's my favorite day. And my mom and Papa are coming the same day.
Yep, they are. All right, dude, why don't you go play with some cars for a little while? Can you do that? You want to do that? You want to go play with your cars?
All right now.
Not right now.
I'm having too much fun.
I mean, the logic with this one. Like, can y'all see my daily struggle? Because the logic is so real. The logic is so real. All right. I don't know. I don't even know where to go from here. It's his world. I'm just living in it every day. Every day. All right. So really, but like, that's the question. So who wants to chime in on?
Can you tell us what we're talking about?
Me, me,
Distracted by his cuteness.
Stop. We got to talk, okay?
Okay.
So the question is, what are you doing in the summer to keep your business hot? You know, while people are in and out of town and, you know, vacationing and coming back and forth and just all the things that are summer. What are you doing to keep your business rolling, going forward and hot? What's your hot girl summer in business?
When you go. What?
You gotta let somebody else talk.
What are you doing to keep your business hot this summer?
I want to get out of my swimming pool, but I'm out of here.
Okay.
He was like, I can't talk, I'm gone.
Yeah, for real.
So we actually have one as of yesterday, something that we're going to do that's hopefully going to propel our business forward a ton. So I'm super excited about it. Hi. So there is a new local spot that just opened up, White Monkey Market on the square across from the alley. And we are going to have a window spot as of yesterday. We just signed the contract. We're going to have a window spot to have some of our custom woodworking stuff, to have like the scrap wood ministries that I've been talking to you about.
Yes.
So Levi's even made these, like, speaking of summer, he's made these garden baskets out of cedar, so they smell good, but they're also functional because you can harvest your tomatoes and your cucumbers in it. And we're gonna put like the scripture signs that we make inside of those and sell them, like, you know, bundled up and whatnot.
Tell us what you do.
Oh, hi, I'm Jen, for those of you who don't know. I am a physical therapist by day and a woodworker by night. And
It's like a side quest.
I instead of Superman, it says Happy Dog Woodworks on it. But that's kind of like our side thing that my husband and I do together. And we make cutting boards. We make a lot of custom stuff. We are Jesus and dog people. So we make a lot of like custom dogs for people, and we do them on like charcuterie boards and cutting boards. We've also been making a lot of like houses. So like Jonathan Harmon, shout out, when he closes on a house, one of the gifts that he gives them is like a custom engraving trivet of their home, like their new home they're moving
That's
into.
so neat.
So a lot of custom stuff like that.
Memorial dog pieces.
Yes,
that turn
that's
out amazing.
right. For your friend. Oh, that was such a good idea, and what a beautiful like sentiment. She had a friend who had a friend whose dog had passed away, and we engraved the dog's photo and name, and then a little spot to put their collar.
It was super sweet. It was awesome.
So this summer we're gonna have a window spot in the White Monkey Market where we can actually like post this. Like our first time we'll actually have like a location to put some stuff. So that's
Is that where the exchange boutique and then the bradle store
it
was?
was
And
so
that
weird walking in there. I haven't been in there since it was the exchange boutique because I
haven't
didn't need a
either.
bridal gown.
I haven't either.
But walking back into that back room, I was like, I went to so many network. Like it was sad but kind of beautiful being in that space again.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to them because they're a new small business. Hopefully I told them about this. Hopefully they'll come on
So
one
there,
of these
it's the
days.
same couple. It's Jeremy and Jeremy Meyer, right?
Yes.
Is the owner Jeremy Meyer?
Yeah.
Shout out to Santa Fe. If we could bring back Santa Fe, I don't know if he has any connections. He was a waiter forever at Santa Fe
Really?
when we had a Santa Fe,
Oh,
the
that's
greatest
funny.
restaurant of all time. But they've been doing White Monkey estate sales
Yes.
for a long
And
time.
a lot of the stuff that's in the shop
Yeah.
is like antique type things that they've gotten
Very
from.
cool.
It is that's why I walked in there in the first place
yeah.
because I'm obsessed with green glass. And I walked in like on the way. I'm
course
on my way to go to the nursing home to work, and I was like, let me just stop in for a second. Kelly, the wife. Sweet, and they're playing
Yeah.
Christian music, and she was
Love
the
it.
sweetest. I stayed in there an hour and a half, just cutting it up with this gal because she was awesome. And then she's like, "Oh, you do woodworking?" Such a God moment. One thing led to another, and she's like, "Well, we're looking for more vendors." And my husband and I have never done anything like that. We pretty much just do word of mouth. Like somebody's like, "Oh, you need this? I know somebody," and that's us. You know.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of scary but exciting. Big step for us.
So awesome.
Congratulations.
I love it.
What are
That's
the
very
details?
cool.
Like where is the market? And is it every day or how often? Where can people go to get this stuff?
It is like a legit window spot in a store, like a storefront. It's across from the alley, so it used to be a dress shop, and then it was the exchange boutique before that. So it's that
the
little
square.
on the
Square.
square.
In Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
That's Walnut and West Main. Isn't that the corner of Walnut and West Main?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a super cute
Awesome.
little spot. Y'all need to go check it out anyway, not
Do
just
you know
for
what their hours are?
Yes. Monday through Friday, I want to say is 9 to 6. And then Saturday, I'm pretty sure 9 to 6. And then Saturday, they open up, I want to say 8, maybe. I think they were going back and forth on if they should open up when the market opened. At least this past Saturday, they were open at 8. But then maybe they close, I think, a little earlier on Saturdays, but 9 to 6-ish.
I'm so proud of
Yeah.
y'all.
Yay.
That's
Congratulations.
Y'all go check out White Monkey Market.
great. Casey, I know you got some exciting stuff to say.
Do I?
Did you hear the question?
Surely.
Not to skip over
I did,
Katie,
I
but
did, but now I'm like blanking. Because when she asked you, can you repeat the question? I was like, even I remember the question, but now I'm like, I don't remember the question.
all right. What are you doing to keep your business hot this summer? I know you're getting ready to roll some stuff out.
Yeah,
So,
rolling out kind of a membership type thing, but they're it's a 3-month commitment minimum, but it's $149 a month for nutrition, meal guides, community group, 3 to 5 workouts, video demos, anything you're going to need Christian based. So we're going to be having a little devotional time and walking through some scripture, and tying all that into the fitness and the food that we're eating and why we want to eat certain things and how to honor God with our bodies in those sorts of situations. So yes,
great.
I'm very excited. But then, yeah, so it's like a 3-month start commitment, and then it goes monthly and you can cancel at any time. But yeah, really excited about that. Yeah, just diving into hormone health and helping my clients find the best hormones and the best things to supplement with, and to help them with that kind of stuff. Because I mean, who wants hot flashes during hot girl summer?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So that's the things we're
enough.
kind of working on, and helping my clients find the right resources, and what hormones and things are going to be best for them. So
That's cool. That's so unique too for, because I know you as a personal trainer, from the few times that we've hung out and talked, but that's so much more. And I feel like that's really unique for a personal trainer to have that much more of a whole body approach. I know obviously nutrition goes in with it for a lot of them, but that's so much more. I think that's really cool and unique too.
Yeah.
And also, what did you say? Fitness, food, and fellowship.
yeah, fitness food and fellowship.
I
So
like it.
yeah, it's definitely because God created food for us to eat, and it can heal all kinds of things. And
Food be thy medicine.
right. And so, we are made to live well past our childbearing years. And so how can we do that in the most comfortable way possible? Gearing up from our 30s as you go into those seasons. If you have things on track, you're going to have less of the hot flashes and things like that. And then those that are already in it, how can we negate those to make them not so much, and help you feel better and get some sleep and not suffer from insomnia, and covers on, covers off, covers on, covers off, because your body just can't regulate.
That's cool.
So yeah.
I have heard a few people recently talk about hot flashes that would probably be all into that. That's information that I think a lot of people want. Yeah. I'm not sure they really want it once they have it,
Right.
because most of us want the easy way out on stuff. But yeah. I've heard several people talk about, especially this time of year, like, oh, it's so hot already.
And you'd be kind of surprised at, if you just food journal, that sometimes there is certain foods that kick those off or make them worse.
Is that kind of blanket across the board for everybody, or is it different foods for everybody? Or
There are some kind of underlying ones that, seed oils, things like that, that are going to have estrogen and progesterone, things like that in them, because that's what seeds are for, is to, repopulate the earth. So they're going to have those things. But, yeah, right. It's things you don't even think about until it gets said, and then you're like, oh wait, that makes so much sense.
It does make so much sense. Yeah.
So, certain things like that. But then for some people, there are like trigger foods that are specific for them. So my stepmom loves spicy food, but spicy food makes them just, visibly and it wasn't until we were there last week and we were talking about it, and she was like, oh, yeah. So,
Even pre-menopause, though, you'll notice, if you start tracking your food around your menstrual cycle,
Yes.
your cramps are worse if you eat certain foods. I would say it's probably safe to say for most people, sugary, processed foods that don't make us
Yeah.
feel our best anyway. But I've noticed, like, since I've cleaned it up, my cramps are so much better. And if I have like my week is hard, I deserve this,
Yeah.
so much worse,
Yeah.
cramps wise.
Yeah. And surprisingly, some things are even like what we're putting on our skin and things
All
like
the
that
guys.
that
Yeah.
you know can make a. I mean, it's okay. But you very well may at some point have a woman in your life who's dealing with things like
Who will
this.
appreciate this
Gentlemen, this is
information?
still pertinent. This is
Oh,
still
absolutely.
pertinent.
Be
I was
like,
gonna
hey.
I'll just be funny.
Just rip the chocolate
Yeah.
out of her hand when she's on her cycle. That'll
Yeah,
go great.
no.
Be like, you know that's bad for your cramps.
Oh my gosh.
you shouldn't
Please
do.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
She's joking. Don't do
Okay,
this.
all right, all right. Let's
the mic
take
from
down the
Jen,
bad
please.
advice. Let's-
Notice not the trainer said that.
yeah.
Jokes. She's got jokes.
Yikes! She's trying to get somebody killed up in here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a liability.
Yeah. We as
Trent, can you add the public
a
service announcement
podcast
bar at the bottom?
Do not condone this message.
Right.
Leave the chocolate in her hands.
That's
Give her the
For
chocolate. Let
everyone's
her have the
safety.
chocolate.
So since we're all girls in here right now, before we like switch up and let some of the guys in, this would be a really great time for you, Katie, to talk to us about the success circle and the next success circle
Yes.
and all of that good fun stuff.
Okay, well, I'll give you the quick high level, and then we'll talk about summer simplifying, because that's my trick for
Oh,
like keeping things hot over the summer. What can I start there? And then
Yes,
maybe
please,
We'll go into the
yes.
success circle. So that's what I've been focusing on this summer is and helping my clients do the same. Summer is a good time to really identify and pick out what's working and what's not. Generally, because a lot of us become busier in things that are not focused on our business, right? So we're pulled in a lot more directions. We have kids, we have activities, we have vacations, we have things that we don't have going on the rest of the year. And it's a great time to look and see what's pulling you in your business that you don't have to be doing, right? And look at areas where you can simplify, again, streamline, make things happen that are either things you can delegate, pass off to someone else, automate, give to a system or an AI tool, or in general, just put in that bucket that's low urgency and not important, right? And if it goes into that bucket, it can wait until you have the time, the free time to handle it. You know, quote, this magical, mysterious free time that we all are supposed to have at some point, quote unquote, free time. So that's what I recommend for the summertime, because the saying is, right, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. In the summer, we're always busy. Just with things that are different, right? A different kind of busyness than it tends to be the rest of the year. So it's a great opportunity to look and see, evaluate, just do a quick little like assessment of you and your business and your life and what's working for you and what isn't, so that you can then really get clear on what absolutely only you can do, what maybe isn't only something you can do, so you can hand it off or put it on pause or pass it off to someone else. And then get really clear on what's going to move the needle in your business, so you can focus on those priorities and get those done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
We do this kind of stuff in the Success Circle all the time.
Segue.
Great segue.
We talk about this all the time. This is what we do twice a month for an hour. There's a group of your peers, 6 to 8 other women that are all business owners or executives at different companies that are around town. We talk through problems, challenges, celebrate wins, and also look at things that you may need feedback on. And in general, look at what are your goals? What do you need to do to level up? Where are you trying to go in your business? And how do you get there? Because the only way you're going to get there is to be very, very clear on exactly the steps that you need to take to do that. And so it gives you dedicated time to work on your business and not just in it. And that way you can knock those goals out and be farther along than you would have without the community, the support, the accountability, and just in general, the other people that are in the same boat as you. They're with you twice a month, talking about these things, being intentional about your growth and getting stuff done so you can succeed, whatever that looks like for you as a business owner.
That's cool.
That sounds very
Where
cool.
does that take place?
It's virtual, so it can be anywhere. If you're at the beach, it can be there. If you're at home, it can
would
be
be
there.
nice.
If you're in White Monkey, it can be there.
In the window.
And there's a community, right? Like once you've been in a circle,
Yes.
or you are a part of a circle, then there's a Facebook community and stuff like that, right?
Yes, there's a Facebook group, and then there's also a community that's coming soon. I haven't really actually even said anything about this yet, but I'll say it here now. It's going to be here by September. That's my 6-month goal, is to get this community off the ground. But it's going to be for people who may not be ready for the Success Circle just yet, who may not be ready for the rigorous nature of twice monthly meetings. But who are looking at getting a business off the ground and sharing their passions and talents and gifts with the world, more importantly, through entrepreneurship. Gifts were meant to be given, and you have a unique, special gift to give the world that you deserve to make money for, right? Like, that's the receipt, the response when you give your gift. You make money, hopefully, if you want. Not everybody does, and that's not everybody's thing, but in general, yes, you should make money for the things that only you can do. And so there's a community that is going to be launched by September. So this is very early to be saying anything, but it'll be there. It's going to be full of resources and a path, right? Because I think when we're starting our business, we get bombarded with information and courses and how-to guides and freebies and just all these things that you need from everybody, right? That'll help you with all these different piece parts of your business. And this is really designed to be a roadmap that'll start you at the beginning. Step 1, day 1. Here's what you do when you're ready to start your business. And it'll take you through each step of the process, because there is a process. It'll take you through each step, give you only the information that you need to complete that step so you can get your business started. And then all the other things that are the confusing, can be done kind of at any time things, they're put in an order. So you know when is the right time to do what, to keep things streamlined, profitable, scalable, organized, and successful ultimately. And this is going to be like $9 a month. It's a subscription service. I want it to be intentionally very accessible to anybody, because I want everybody to have the option to access the information that they need to get their business off the ground or their idea off the ground, without that barrier of income being in the way. Wow. So, sorry, I feel like I've been talking a lot.
No, that's okay.
That's
That's
cool.
really cool. I think
that's
there's
cool.
a lot of people that could benefit from that.
Yeah, because we don't know where to start or how to start.
Yeah.
And I just want, so I'm been working with Katie for a while, here and there on things, and so some of the posts in the success circle, I cannot talk, got me thinking more deeply about a couple things this week, because I miss like half of what I have to go back and like deep dive one day and just like look at everything that I missed.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you exactly which post it was or whatever, but it sparked a thought that then the next one kind of fell into that, and the next one fell into that. And I was like, okay, so it was more I've talked about like how I've had the same number of sessions booked and I can't break through that. And I don't know what's going on with that. And God was like, use your success circle to speak to me on that, and was like, you can't get more because you're doing part-time work, so you only have part-time clients.
Ooh, that hits.
And I was like, I've only been giving my business my part-time work, and it's not been my full-time focus. And so you had no idea. I was really hoping you were going to be at Networking for Awesome People the other morning, and then like various other things, because I really wanted to tell you that it was Thursday morning. I was really hoping that you would be there, because I wanted to tell you this in person. That it was it was just one day I just deep dived into all the things I'd missed, and because it doesn't always come up, sometimes you have to go looking for it.
Yeah.
And it was just several things back to back just led me down that path, and
That's awesome.
I was like, Katie would be so proud.
I am. Thank you.
That's why you gotta find your people.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why groups, so shameless plug, that's why groups like this, where we can get together and we can talk about what's really going on, because as much as this has all been positive, somebody could sit here at that question and go, you know what, honestly, I just need to hear what everybody else is saying, because
you need
I
feedback.
have no freaking idea
We
what
try
to
and
do.
do things in a vacuum, right? And it
Yeah.
just stays inside our mind. and the only input you have is your own,
Yeah.
well, you're never going to be able to get that perspective that you need. I also want to shout out Jessica, because Jessica has come on board as our Success Circle coach, and she's leading all of our groups and doing a phenomenal job at it.
Thank you.
So she's more than just a beautiful face. She's more than just a podcast host. She is a true blue coach, and she holds people accountable in a loving way, which is what we need. When you're a business owner and you're the only person that's holding yourself accountable, that built-in accountability is huge. And she does a phenomenal job of keeping people focused and giving them love. And at the end of the day, I think I call my business like a front, right? My business is totally a front, because at the end of the day, my entire purpose is to bring people to Jesus and to let them see Jesus through themselves and the gifts that they're able to give the world. And so Jessica does a phenomenal job of shining that light, letting people see Jesus in themselves through their unique passions and skills and talents, and bringing out the best in all of us. And so that's why you were just made to be truly.
Make me sound so good.
No, it's true.
are.
It's true.
You are.
When you become a speaker, just bring me on tour with you so that I can be your hype girl and intro person.
Yeah.
I would not have anybody else as my hype girl. You're the best. You're the best.
But truly, though, it's been phenomenal, and I appreciate you being there. And
I'm
That's
excited because by default it holds me accountable.
Yeah.
Because I can't come in there and hold other people accountable and talk to them about their goals or their vision board or their affirmations or anything like that without having my own. I think that's huge. And not that I don't have those things. So, all the things that, like yesterday in our circle meeting, we talked about vision board and big, hairy, audacious goals and specific way of setting your goals and stuff. And not that I don't have those, but if I hadn't had my own, I wouldn't have been able to say, hey, look, here's mine. I'm not just talking to you about it. I've done it myself, and then that would have made me go, oh crap, I better do my own. So I'm excited about learning from all the ladies in the group. But back to your other thing that you're rolling out in September.
yes.
That is so cool, because I think there's so many people who have a talent, who have a gift, who have something to say, who have something to share, who have this idea for a business, or they're just really good at something, but they don't know anything about business. They have no idea how to market. They have no idea how to price. They have no idea how to do any of those things. There was a young lady at an event that I did this week who has just started a sourdough business.
Cool.
And I've not seen anything about it. When we said, as a group, we're like, well, what flavors you got? What you doing? Tell me more. Tell me more. She never said, these are my prices. This is my delivery area. Like, it was wide open to say, oh yeah, now that you're asking about it, let me tell you, right, how you can buy from me. And she even stayed after the event with questions and never told me how I could buy from her.
Yeah.
But I think that's, I'm not picking on her. I just mean that that's a lot of people that go into something like that. They have something that they love to do, that they love to create, that they're good at. And then they have no idea how to ask for money for it.
Right.
So a guide like that, I think, is incredible.
Yeah.
And y'all know me, I love low price point stuff, not just because, I do my shopping at the GW boutique, but because I do think things should be accessible.
Yeah.
I do think that for somebody that's just getting started like that, who doesn't know what they don't even know,
Right.
they can't justify in their mind spending $100 a month on something. That they don't even know, like a CRM database type thing, that's easily $100 a month.
Yep.
And if they've not even sold their first widget yet, then there's no way they can justify that to themselves. But at $10 a month for somebody to teach them a system, no brainer.
And it really just cuts things down to the very 3 to 5 first steps that you need to take, because I make this joke, right? The first thing anybody ever does when they start a business is make a logo. Hands down, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing,
100%.
step one is always the logo.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. But the first step, in my mind, in my opinion, in my system, in my strategy, is not a logo. It's starting with a very clearly defined offer. And I'm going to stop myself now because I can feel myself getting ready to go on another really long tangent. Going through all these steps.
Yeah.
It's right there. But there are, very clear, 3 or 4 steps that are like your first stop when you want to start a business.
Yep.
And they don't start with the things that you would think they start with.
Yeah.
You would be amazed, actually maybe you wouldn't, at how many people that come to me and are like, and this is no shade at all, but they're like, I want to start a business. And I'm like, okay, great. What have you done? And they're like, I ordered t-shirts, custom t-shirts with my logo on it. And it's like, that's awesome. I love that for you. But where are you wearing your t-shirts if you haven't made any sales?
Yeah.
We have to hurry.
I don't even have t-shirts. I never ordered t-shirts.
And again, no shade to t-shirts.
Right, but
Because that's the creative process, and a lot of entrepreneurs are very visionary and creative, and that part is the part that generally speaks to them the most.
yeah.
And so that's
But
why
you need to have like a mission statement. You need to have a multi-step goal plan. You need to know where you're going.
there's a few things you need in place.
So
Do I personally make someone or recommend that someone has a mission statement before they start? No. Please don't, because it's gonna change and you're gonna waste the time on it right now that you'd be spending on it, that you could be spending like making money.
Dang.
Sorry, I'm feeling spicy today.
I like it. I
had to
like
make
it. We like
ultra before we
spicy
walked in.
Katie.
Oh my gosh. Give her one beer and then she never shuts up.
Ah, now we know the ticket.
there's the thing.
Well, as much as I love y'all,
We need to
Time to
get
go.
we do have some
Closing
people
time.
in the hallway that have been networking, hanging out there that
You don't have to go home.
shoes back
You can't stay here.
Right. Please don't go home. Please hang out in the networking area outside the
lobby.
studio, in the lobby, in the green room. It's
There
the
you
green.
go.
We're gonna
the
call it the
green
green room.
room. That's good. That's good.
That is
I
officially the
approve.
green.
I approve that
room.
message.
Yes.
The green room.
Please hang out in the green room and send some more people in here.
Okay.
Will do. Thank you, Jessica. Phenomenal job as always.
Don't let my kid kill himself out there. He's hard to keep alive sometimes.
Now the boys get to go in.
Are you gonna go talk with the guys?
Now the guys get to go in.
You're not going to play with besties?
I'm gonna get the ball and put it in.
Oh no, we can't do that right now.
How are you?
We can't do that right now.
Come on.
Come on in.
I got dressed for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Come. Have a
Walked into
seat.
the brewery, I'm like, I know nobody here. Maybe it's not here.
Did you text me or anything? Did okay.
Yeah, just have a seat.
Have a seat. Come on in.
This is only a little no pressure at all.
Oh, hey,
no.
if you don't want to talk, you don't have to. It's fine. You can just sit there and look pretty. It's okay. That's what my husband tells me to do.
Well, I'm really
You're
good
like,
at
I
that.
bet
go
this
over
is
there,
not
he said,
intimidating
just
at
go over-
all.
just
Sorry,
go
I'm
over there, stand there and look
geeking out
pretty,
on
and
the
let me do
gear.
this. I'm a fan. All right, so our question of the day.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. We're live. We're going.
Okay. Where are we?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
like
that-
this is totally time to have content for your socials and stuff, please.
I'm not,
the way
I
I
don't really
meant
do
for it
social
to look.
media.
Oh, well, never mind. Whatever. Be that way. You're on social media right now. So our question of the day is, what are you doing to keep your business hot through the summer? Like, people are going on vacation. Like, as business owners, we're probably maybe going on vacations. So what are you doing to keep business rolling in? Keep yourself going and not distracted. How are you keeping your summer hot? Whoever wants to go first.
Well, ladies first, obviously. So,
I'll go first because
yeah.
I'm experiencing that right now.
100, 100 and 100, 130. What's
I crossed over 55 today.
Yes. Awesome.
So I have a challenge. I'm in a skincare business, and so I have a challenge to just facial 100 faces.
Yeah.
And I am gonna just map it out and have all of the stats and the details for my team, and it's just so much fun. So my challenge is just 100 faces. No matter what happens from it, I just need to borrow your face.
That's
So I
tell,
might be
tell
asking.
why. Tell why,
right?
though.
So, well, okay, so there is a big why behind it, and I'm a numbers person. So I might be in the skincare business, but I have a finance background, and everything is numbers. Everything is. And so, one, you have to have a lot of patience. But two, when you set the goal, you got to commit to the goal. So I set this goal because I've earned a lot of cars, and I have a lot of women right now that want to earn some cars in our business. And the minute they set that goal, their very steady, consistent business just stopped. Because the minute they set that big goal out loud, they got in their head. They got scared. They overthought everything. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, that happens. That can happen. And so I'm watching this and I'm trying to talk them through things and we're trying to be logical. And I went, you know what? I just have to show them again that it doesn't matter who they are, who I am. Pick a big number, back into the number. And so I said, I'm going to see 100 faces. I thought I was going to do it in 2 weeks, but because of summer vacations,
You started the beginning of June, right?
I did June 1st, and I thought I'd be done by June 15th. That did not happen.
Yep.
So I just crossed over 55 faces. I have had a ball.
Oh, I can.
So when I
imagine.
finish
Yeah.
up in July, I will be thrilled, but I'm going on 2 trips. And so a lot of my work will be virtual in July, and that's fine. But what has come out of it is exactly what you would expect, the numbers. That's what I've been tracking. How many no's? How many yeses? How many no responses, even though I know they saw the message and I see them on a regular basis and they're ignoring
Don't
the
you
fact
love
that they've asked. The responses of, you know what, I said yes, but your goal is just not that important to me and I'm kind of busy right now. Like that happens.
Well, what I see a lot of is people not responding because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm interested, but I'm not ready yet.
And just say that.
Yeah.
All they have to do is say that. But what I realized is because my kids are grown, I forget that everybody flees the minute kids are out of school. And I'm like, oh, that's why you've not responded. You're at the beach. Got it. And what we do in any business is you just talk to more people. You ask more people. The people that are on vacation, I'm scheduling them in for later, whether I think I'm going to be done with my 100 faces or not. And so patience, persistence, consistency. I mean, those things, it happens in the holidays. It happens all the
Oh,
things.
absolutely.
Yes. So for me, that's what's going on.
Okay.
You want to know who we are?
I mean, we'll get there. Come on.
You can't tell by my laugh.
So this is Lisa.
Hello.
This is the first time you've been on. Oh, it's everybody's first time here. Yes. Oh, this is fun. Don't worry.
Yes.
We don't make you do anything crazy until the
Yes.
last 5 minutes before you walk out.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
I have no rhythm. Let me just put that right out there.
So obviously you're in skincare. So one of the other things that came out of, I think I may have told you this, I'm not sure. So after Lisa told me that she was doing the 100 faces and it was a challenge, a lead from the front challenge is what
Lead
she's-
by example.
Lead by example.
So
Lead by
that's,
example.
I thought, okay, I'm going to lead by example. These women are freaking out. I've been there. I know how this works out. Let's just lead by example and document everything. And it's been incredible.
So one of the other things that's come out of that is she actually inspired my team. So we had her come on and do a Zoom training for us one tonight right after we talked about the challenge. And my dad's a regional vice president of our company. And so he was sitting there and he was listening. He was like, this is good. This is we need to
that
do
makes
this.
me
And I was going, oh crap, I'm already busy. And my dad's like, this is great. And so after she gets done, he goes, we're going to do a 30 and 30 in 30 days. And so he issued a challenge to our team, and then actually he doubled down on it, and he's doing a $10,000 bonus pool.
Good.
That the percentage of business that you bring in, determines the percentage of the bonus that you get. But if you do the 30 and 30 challenge, which is, I guess, our version of 30 faces, but not quite. So you do the 30 and 30 challenge, you get a bigger percentage added to what you get at the bonus pool. And it's been really cool, except that I was in the middle of planning a bunch of events, business events, and had all that stuff going on. So now I have 2 weeks left, and I still need to do my 30.
Yeah.
You're like, Dad, this wasn't
But
fair.
it can
Didn't work in my
be
schedule."
done. But but now, because I'm such a procrastinator, I've made it an even bigger challenge for myself because I can't give up. Goonies never say die. So I can't go, oh, well, it's too late. Like, I'm 2 weeks in. I can't do it. Now I'm going, okay, I'm 2 weeks in. I've only got 2 weeks left. Now I got to do 15 a week, which is totally doable. It's just a matter of getting it done. So I think that is so cool. Not a ripple effect that you intended.
Right.
But when we as business owners go out and do something, when we lead from the front, it has an effect that we can't even measure on the people around us. And I think that's incredible. So I'm excited. And I'm excited for the 100 face celebration.
I know.
I love that in the last group that was in here, we talked about having your tribe of people, having people that you surround yourself with, and just what that means. And the fact that somebody could come and sit in here and go, I don't know how to keep my business hot this summer. I need to hear what y'all say, and just have that safety. But then also have the people that go, oh, been there, done that. I've got 15 cars to prove it, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to take you with me. And I think the take you with me is so cool. Anyways, I just love Lisa.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I do
My
have a
grandma
really
wants
fun
steak
grand
cream
prize.
too.
Oh, really?
I do have a really fun grand prize.
Oh,
And guys or
yes.
girls, skin is skin, a face is face. We don't put any makeup on you, guys. But I happen to own a cabin in the Smoky Mountains. And so once I hit my 100 faces, everybody's going into a spinner wheel. And I'm going to give away a 2-day getaway
Hey,
in the
there you
Smoky
go.
Mountains.
Fantastic.
So I would just say back into the core activity of your business, set a big goal, and just ask everybody. Not everybody is on vacation, and find something fun to put into it. Whatever you have, no one's going to know what somebody else would do. So,
That's great advice.
Yeah.
That really is.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Who's next? Who wants to go?
Ladies first.
Dang, he's savage.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm used to it by now.
No.
Just
Well,
a little bit.
I'm Holly, so it's my first time here too. I'm married to him.
Very used to it.
So yeah, very used to it. 21 years
Last
used to
month
it.
was 21 years.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. Somehow we made it, but but yeah. So no, I'm the brand new event specialist for Special Kids in Murfreesboro. So we're a nonprofit therapy and nursing center for children with special needs, all the way from birth up to age 21.
God bless you.
Yeah. So
That's incredible.
Yeah, we do some really cool things there. So in our nursing center, we would have like skilled nursing care day in and day out for kids with like complex medical needs and things of that nature. And then in our therapy center, we would offer all sorts of therapies. So from occupational therapy, which I think a lot of people don't understand what that is, but I mean, some of these kids, like some of the challenges that they face, we're literally teaching them the occupation of being a kid. You know, just the little things that we take for granted, like maybe buttoning up your shirt or, you know, using a zipper or, you know, being able to open a door on their own. Just these little things that, you know, for whatever reason, with developmental delays or whatever other challenges that they're facing, you know, doesn't come naturally for them. So this is kind of what we're doing. And being a nonprofit, you know, we rely a lot on our donors and things. So I think that, you know, for me, I'm in events. So we're we plan fundraising events throughout the year. So personally, I've kind of turned towards keeping my activity high this summer. So just getting out there doing things like this. And just, I love what you said, because it's one of the mottos that I have as well. And that's just tell everybody. Yeah. Tell everybody all the time what you're doing. Yeah. And I think that's really the best advice, especially when you're in fundraising and that's what you're doing. So tell everybody. So that's kind of one of my goals this summer. And then beyond that, I think, we recognize that everybody's out of town and vacationing and doing all those fun things this time of year. So we are really setting our focus also on the fall. So we have this fall event that's coming up. We have our Fall Golf Classic in October. So that's going to be our next big fundraising event. So we are just, hard focused on planning that right now, just to keep those funds coming in and make sure that we have a fully successful year.
Donate
That's
any
awesome.
raffle gifts you want.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I have a free women's networking group.
Yeah.
It's a lunchtime one. I'll add you to the event.
Please,
Come
yes.
share what you're doing
I
with
would love
everybody.
that. I would love
All
that.
business owners. Jessica's there. Just women in Murfreesboro.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now
absolutely.
I feel left out.
Yeah.
Man.
Sorry, guy.
Yeah, you gotta stick up with Trent, man. They fuss at me too. I do all kinds of women's stuff, and it's not because I don't like you guys. It's just that
No, it's
what
important.
we do.
It's those connections, and you feed off each other. And when guys get in the mix, we just mess things up.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But there's something powerful about women supporting women. And I think that another woman in business would drop your name faster than anyone else, just to support you. So they understand that struggle and what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, we're having our coffee shop conversation on camera now. So we've had this conversation. Like, that's how women do business. We want to build relationships, and we want to go to the people that our friends recommend. Like, we want to be supportive like that. I mean, we're going to a hairdresser based on how good her hair looks and which of our friends went to her.
Yep.
It's just
true.
It's what we do.
We do business in community
Yes.
unless we can't find it. And that's why this is so great, because it also, especially for you, I'm thinking it isn't asking people to give, it's allowing them to be part of it.
Exactly.
And there's such a big difference in this community. We've already noticed it's not saying, I need to make money in my business. Can you buy my service? Can you do this? It's saying, this is what I need help with to grow my business. And I'm not saying men are that way. I just not in your head. But women get to say, I want to be part of what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I might not even need your service, but I want to be part of what you're doing.
So
Yeah.
in guys' mindsets, we want to be we want to be a part of something, but we want to fix things.
Yeah.
We want to find something that's broken and fix it.
Yeah.
And make it better.
Yeah.
And we feel like, hey, if I can make something better, if I can fix a problem, then everybody's gonna love me.
Right.
It doesn't always work that way.
Yeah.
But
But that's a really good way to put it. That's really true. Men do want to fix things. They find problems and they solve them.
Yep.
And women do too, but it's in a different way.
Yeah.
It's definitely a get together. It's the group girl bathroom thing.
Yep, you're right.
We just had an event last week and we talked about that. We do things in groups.
It's true.
And I've never understood the group girl bathroom thing, but I've done it. We all do it.
It's still a social event.
It is.
Come
Like,
with me.
everything is a social event for us. I mean, who is going to tell us if we have toilet paper on our shoe or we have, mascara on our face? Like, we obviously need each other. And I love it inside these groups because there's none of that catty stuff, right? If somebody comes in and there's that catty kind of thing, they leave.
Yeah.
Right. So when women get together and they really want to support each other, that's genuinely what it is. And it creates this really cool, safe space where if you're off that day, it's okay that you're off that day. Because you've got friends that get it and lift you back up again and still want to be a part of whatever it is you've got going on, even though you weren't your best that day. And I think that's huge.
You're right.
Because I think as women, I was thinking about this earlier for some reason, like we're always on. Like we always, it's always all about what we're doing for everybody else. We're taking care of everybody. We're taking care of the guys. We're taking care of our kids. We're taking care of our business. We're taking care of our house. Like we have all these things that we're constantly taking care of, and we have to be on all the time. And so that time when we're off or we're not 100%, we need a community to go, it's okay. It's
true.
fine. We still want to be around you. We still want to do business with you. We still want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's okay that you're not 100% today.
And nobody understands that like another woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we like seeing people when they're off a little bit because you're like, oh, you're a real person.
Yes.
You're in stained shorts and your painting t-shirt and your bad flip-flops and your hair's in a ponytail. And you haven't washed it in 4 days. Okay, got it. You're still a real person. I might
How
be
long has it been
describing me
since you washed
yesterday.
your hair? Oh, I love that. Right? Oh man, it's funny. We
Guys,
do.
don't compare that.
So
How long it's been since you washed your hair?
I don't think that we compare like hygiene issues. But I mean, we definitely.
He had no idea what he was getting into.
No.
He did not.
I
I love
I
it.
did
This
not
is
either.
great.
I think Trent set me up here.
I didn't either.
I mean, seriously, no, but guys like authenticity too. I think that that's a natural thing in all
Absolutely.
humans.
That's why you like women.
Well, honestly, I mean, I love it when Holly gets all dolled up and we go out on a date and she looks all pretty. But the first time I met her, right, she was.
I did not look like that.
She had her hair up like in a ponytail. We were out at the lake and she was wearing ratty tennis shoes and camo pants and I was smitten. She couldn't keep her eyes off me. I couldn't keep my eyes off her.
Oh wow!
But
I
it
got
was
flip
real.
flops, not hip waders. Let's bring it back down.
But no, it was authentic. It was real, and she was blown away that well, why are you talking to me? I look like this, and I was like, well, because you're beautiful, gorgeous.
Yeah. In a world of fake book, we are desperate for authenticity.
It's true.
It's absolutely
We're
true.
desperate for authenticity. I just had a post go out in my, I run a group called Messy Buns and Big Funds. And I just had a post go out this week that talked about, it was Porch Talk. It was today. It was, Porch Talk Friday. And it was about how, we want everybody to think we have it all together. But let's be honest, none of us do. Not really. We might have some things together. We might have some things that we're good at, that we're on top of, that we feel like we're in control of. But really, we don't have it near as together as we want people to think that we do. Because the fact is, we all burn the toast at some point, or we knock the broom over and the dust goes everywhere, or we knock the trash can, like whatever it is that happens. Those are not real life examples from today, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, there's always something that it doesn't go right, and we don't have it all together, and we want to know that other people don't too.
Nor do I want to. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure. It is a lot of pressure.
And I think that sometimes we have it all together.
Yeah.
Right? There are times
Yeah.
where we
Nobody
have
ever
We're
sees
firing
that.
on all cylinders.
I have it all together
Nobody
ish.
sees that.
right? But in a moment, yes, I'm getting these things right and I'm nailing it. And then there's other moments where we're off, and we all experience that, and we
Yeah.
all experience those off moments. And so when we put a label on somebody like, oh, they're perfect or they have it all together, well, we all have those moments. And if we were to give the title of, they're messed up or they're crazy or they're anything to somebody just because they had a moment, then that wouldn't be appropriate. Well, why do we do it to ourselves? Right?
Ooh, preach. Preach.
Well, and don't they say, I compare what I know is messed up about me to what is so perfect on the outside for you. Like, we compare what we think somebody is so great at to what we know we're not. And it's a completely ridiculous
we
comparison.
compare our worst day to somebody else's best.
It's true.
Yeah.
And comparison
Yeah.
is the thief of joy.
It is.
Which, what you just said was a great segue to who are you?
Oh.
What do you do? And how are you keeping your business hot this summer? How are you keeping it together this summer?
Yeah, absolutely.
And helping other people do that.
So I am vacation chafing.
There you go.
No, it's Chafin Sylvester. I am the owner of Beacon Digital. I'm a digital marketing agency, for you agency. Do everything from websites, social media, Google listings, help to keep those things optimized. I also do consulting just to make sure that the right message is getting out to the right people at the right times, right? And just helping small businesses get their stories out. I love stories, and I feel like so many small businesses miss the whole idea of stories. Right? They have a story, and that's what sets them apart from everybody else. That's the only thing that they have that nobody else has. And if they can get that right, if they can share that right story and reach their right customer at the right time, then that's gold, right? And so that's what I do with my For You agency. And then I also have a platform called BeConnect, which is all of those tools kind of for marketing your business combined under one simple to use platform. So it comes with CRM, email marketing, text message marketing, funnel builders, pipelines so that you can keep up with everything, and then automation so that it keeps things going. And it's an amazing tool for small businesses because now they're not losing leads. They're not letting things drop through the cracks. And then they've got a support system that can help them work through, like, hey, what do we need to fill those gaps and make sure that things aren't getting missed. And the reason I'm vacation chafing is because I'm promoting my Summer of AI event. And we've rolled out our AI tools, and for 30 days, I'm offering, free AI to any business that signs up. Unlimited AI, so AI voice, it can answer your phone calls for you. So if you're a plumber and stuck under the house and, don't want to miss a lead, well, you've got something that's backing you up, answering questions, scheduling appointments, sending text messages. It's also, it can set reminders and, do all pretty much an endless number of things. If you can imagine, hey, can AI do this for my business? Most likely we can figure out how to make it happen. So it's pretty slick stuff. I'm really excited about it. One of the reasons I went with this whole vacation chafing persona is because I've been doing business and small business and entrepreneurial activities pretty much all my life. I started my first business fresh out of college in 2001, and ever since then it's been, either I'm running a small business, I have a small business on the side, I'm working in sales, and one of the most difficult things that I experienced was every time Holly and the kids wanted to go on a trip, I wanted to be with them. But I knew that if I was with them, I was taking business away from my company. I wasn't able to be there to bring in income. And so I would have to prepare ahead of time. I would have to stress while I was gone. And then I would have to double time and recoup that money or recoup that activity when I got back. And it was such a burden on me. And then seeing the opportunity with all of this AI to be able to put things in place to, it's not going to replace a small business owner. It's not going to replace anybody, but it's definitely going to maximize their opportunities and maximize their potential so that, I can put my phone away while I'm at the beach and not have to worry about answering that call so that I don't miss that lead. I can only check my email once a day instead of trying to check everything and be on top of stuff, because I know that I'm getting the notifications that I need instead of just having to sift through all the noise myself. So it's been really powerful, and I just want to remind small business owners and entrepreneurs that they can take their hands off the wheel for a little bit and let something else kind of drive that car along and keep it moving and maintain that momentum by using tools that are available for them and accessible to help them with their business activity and really maximizing that. So Summer of AI has been a blast. We're in week 4 of it, and just having a lot of fun going out and sharing that with small businesses.
That's so cool. What would you say to somebody that, maybe has some reservations about using AI, that maybe, that that it feels inauthentic to use it. What would you say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So AI is a tool, and you can use it as much or as little as you want. But what I encourage all of my clients is that you never want to be something that you're not. You always want to be authentic. I never recommend anybody using AI to replace themselves, and because it's obvious. People know. People know when they're talking to an AI and not a person, right? But if you are upfront about that, and you're clear that, hey, we're using this tool to better help that customer experience and that customer interaction, that customer journey, to help get you to the place where you need to be better, then people are very accepting of that. So I've actually, got my AI assistant. The very first things that she says is, "Hi, this is Sarah. How can I help you?" Right? So it's upfront and it's clear so that people know what they're dealing with. And if they say, "Oh, I just want to talk to Chafin," she gets the information. She sends me a text with a summary of what they're needing, and then she forwards me the call. And it's really that simple.
Wow.
And
that's
then
cool.
and then I know what I'm getting into before I answer the call. So I know if I need to answer it or if I can put it aside and pay more attention to the thing that's in front of me right there. So it's really cool that way. And then the other thing that I would tell them is, use as much of the tool as what you're comfortable with. I have one client who wasn't really all into the AI voice. He's like, "No, my wife usually answers the calls and that's fine." It's like, "Okay, that's great. What other things are you struggling with?" And he's like, "Well, honestly, whenever somebody sends me an email, I don't have time to go through all those emails until the end of the day, but I'm missing out on opportunities because somebody emails me and requests a quote, and then I get back to them at the end of the day, and they've already moved on to somebody else." I was like, "Not a problem." We set up the AI to monitor his email, and if anything came across the email that looked like it was somebody requesting information about a service or product that he offered, or requesting him to get back with him that day, it sends him a text message. And so he gets that immediately with their name, their phone number, and a brief summary of what they're needing, and he can call them right there. And we set that up for him the beginning of last week, and he's already closed 2 deals because of it, totaling $12,000. So just turning on a simple little thing, and it's not customer facing. It's not like acting like him. It's just using an AI tool to better maximize his time and the things that he was doing at the end of the day, but now it does it for him automatically.
I just love that there's somebody else that doesn't check their email all the time. That's so validating for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a small business owner, you got to be real.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in front of a client. Sometimes you're dealing with employees. Sometimes you're dealing with an entire crew, or sometimes you're just doing the job yourself. Yeah. And when you're wearing all those hats and trying to do all that and still maintain client relations, it really is difficult. And that's where AI has become an amazing tool to be able to maximize the power of what you can do, because you just basically tell it what it needs to do, and then it stays in its lane and it does those things, but it takes it off your plate and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I feel like that's stuff that is so useful, and a lot of business owners could use that. And I think we probably think about AI differently in places that we shouldn't. Because really, in some ways, it's no different than the ability to schedule a text message or schedule an email or schedule a reminder. Or, I just set up a set of Zoom events, which is super fancy. I didn't even know I could do that, but it gives reminders, and I was able to go in and edit the emails. And so for these reminders, like the people got a registration email, then they got a confirmation, and then an hour before the day before the event, they get something an hour before, and then after it's over, they get something, and then if they miss the event, they get something. And really, that's AI. I mean, it's basically the same, right? It's automated systems.
Right.
And so if we have other automated systems, and then the other thing that I keep thinking about is, well, because sometimes I go, oh gosh, like is it really authentic if I'm doing it this way? And then I'm like, well, I wouldn't be giving myself a hard time over using a drill versus a regular screwdriver.
Yeah. You're like, you're just,
A good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not a real carpenter if you're not using
Right.
a hand drill instead
Right,
of a
yeah.
electrical one.
Yeah, for real. Like, just because I'm not with a saw and I got a
Right.
skill saw does not mean that I'm not actually cutting this piece of wood.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and because I use it a lot for writing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I love to write. But I mean, you've seen my 4.5-year-old.
Oh, he's
So
a joy.
getting the time and space of silence
Yeah.
for long enough to clear my thoughts and get my thoughts together and write the things that I need to write it's really hard to get into that space. But with AI, I can mind dump and go, okay, here's the things that I'm thinking about. Here's what I need to do with them. And AI can help me get into that space quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And get the work done that I need to get done quicker, just because it can help me get on task. Because I'm a big believer in multitasking is not real life. There's switching.
Yes.
You can switch from one task to the other. I can be reading and then listening to you, but I physically cannot do both at the same time. So, mama, I can't stay. And then when you switch back, you never switch back in the same place that you were in before. You're always
exactly.
switching back to a different. So now I feel like I'm talking about quantum physics, but you know what I mean? And I feel like it's an incredible tool, but I also feel like there's a lot of people that shy away from it
Yeah, me.
because,
Well,
but you use Project Broadcast.
I do. Yeah.
And that's to me, that's an AI tool
Yeah.
and incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that everybody has trepidations about new things.
It is. It's
Right.
new. We don't know
Yes.
anything.
Right.
Yeah, we're not sure.
We've all seen
Yeah.
the movies, okay?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We know,
it's
Yeah.
like-
we know where this goes.
Yeah,
It's
the
gonna
robot
become
is going to
sentient
come take
at some
over.
point.
Will Smith has a
I
scare.
figure we have a
Sylvester
good
Stallone.
50 years before that happens, though. So,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, not
But like
Sylvester Stallone.
listening to the
Arnold
two of you, it's no different than typing out all your thoughts and sending them to your assistant or your editor.
Yes.
To, hey,
Exactly.
make sense of this.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or, you can still read what it says, and your brain has to go, okay, I like that. I don't like that.
Yes, it's
like
true.
you still have the final say.
Right.
You're not giving that
Yes.
over.
right.
Yes.
And I
Love
think
that.
that where AI gets a bad rap is where people are lazy and they don't want to do the work and they just say, do this, copy, paste.
And then it's
It's
done.
inauthentic. It's often wrong. And then they're putting something out there that's not themselves.
Right.
And I would never encourage anyone to do
chose to
that.
do that.
But exactly what you were talking about, use it as that spark, that spark of creativity, because oh, goodness, being creative is one of the things that is so difficult to get into, especially when you're not in the mood to be creative.
Yes.
And so I use it all the time for that specific purpose. I'm like, whenever I'm putting socials together for somebody, I'm like, give me a list of 15 socials with image prompts for the copy, right? And it gives me a bunch of crap. But then I'm able to go through and fix it and then use those image prompts to say, oh, that's a good idea. I could find something. And then I go through the images and the things that I have, and I can kind of like tell that story in that aspect.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of using the creative spark that it provides to be able to complete the whole picture.
Yeah. Yeah. What would have taken 15 hours now takes 5 or less.
Right.
Right. Depending on what you're doing. What did take a whole lot of time and a whole lot of energy, and even just getting to a place where you could get started now takes a whole lot less time, which, especially during summertime, like we're talking about, matters. Time really matters because the quicker you get done with whatever the task is, the quicker you get to go be on vacation or be with the family or go to the water park or whatever it is you're doing. But yeah,
Go mow
that's
the yard.
ooh, that's what I have a husband for. I don't do that.
Me too.
Yeah. I love going to the car wash because they give you the towel, and I'm like, that's my husband's job. I don't do that. I don't vacuum. I don't wipe. I just go through the car wash.
And they say we're bad.
I'm
You're in
just
the wrong
spoiled.
room. You're in the wrong room.
I'm just spoiled.
Yep. Well, that's our job too. We got to spoil the women.
That's right. listen, he's eating if he's eating what he should be eating tonight, he's eating homemade buffalo shrimp. So
There you go.
better not be no complaints from there, because I might be spoiled, but he eats pretty dang good.
He does okay too. Yeah.
He's all right.
I think we all do better when we know our strengths and we're able to play into them.
Yes, and vacuuming is not mine.
There you go.
Hate it. Not mine.
I like the
man.
instant gratification of like seeing dirt and then it's gone. I mean, I just like that part of vacuuming. You know,
I do too. I do too.
And then it's-
Here's my keys. My car needs to be vacuumed. Instant gratification. It comes back and it's been detailed
there you go. So
by somebody who has an eye for detail.
we've got so much sand in our car right now.
Oh my goodness.
We just got back from
I'm so
Pensacola,
jealous.
and it's just like
We brought half of
I
Pensacola
think
back
we did.
with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Hey.
The sand feels different there.
it does.
Oh my
it's like a
gosh,
little
it's
softer.
fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I have pictures of Rhett when he was just over 1. We drove through the night because he was so little. We drove through the night and we were actually going to Orange Beach, but we drove into Pensacola. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And so we have pictures of him in his pajamas eating pancakes at the Native Cafe.
Oh, we love the
That's
Native
our
Cafe.
favorite
I
Please
know,
stop.
it's
I love
mine
that.
too. And then we went to the Pensacola Children's Museum or whatever it is. We went there and hung out, and then we drove on over into Orange Beach later, and our family met us there because they were coming during the day.
Yeah.
And then when we came back home, we drove through the night again. But love Pensacola, so much fun.
Well, our 3 are all teenagers or young adults, and we still drive through the night because it's just
Yeah.
easier.
It's just they
That's
like it. They like
hilarious.
waking
It's
up
easier.
and being there
That's
instead of like
hilarious.
sitting there having to be bored in the
And we
car
love
for.
how quiet the car is when they're all asleep. It's
So
great.
Yeah.
so last year Rhett was almost 4, and we went to Orange Beach again, and we drove during the day, and he did great. Like he was like back there like jamming, listening to music, playing with toys, took a long nap, and so he actually
Did great.
he does pretty good.
Good.
He does pretty good. He's a pretty cool little kid. So
That's awesome.
My girls
He
are
is a good little
grown
kid.
and they have motion sickness, so I don't prefer to travel with them in my car anyway. But it would have to be through the night, so they would be sound asleep and not
yes.
puking. So
yeah, I'm not a good backseat rider. Like I have
No,
to.
me either.
pay
yeah, when they
attention.
switch off, whoever is going to be in the front
funny.
seat. I went to Orange Beach for the first time
Oh, that's awesome.
last year. Yeah,
I love it.
I'm new to this area. Well, 6 years new, and got to experience the first eastern part of the country beach, and it was fabulous.
Well, awesome.
And the sand. I fell in love with the sand. We just kept walking through the sand. This feels amazing.
It really does. I don't know what it is about like that Gulf sand that they pipe in, but they do a good job with it.
Well, as much as I love y'all,
Yeah.
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 we should probably do fruit basket turnover again.
There we go.
Because I know Miss
Okay.
Pat was out there, and
Yeah.
hopefully Laura's still out there.
We survived.
And-
we survived the
And we
ominous
need,
looking
and
microphone
now we
right
know
in
that
our
Luane
face.
is out there because he's poking his head in the door. So let's
All
get
morning.
another group in here and
Yes.
ask our question, and
Yes.
then please don't leave so I can come hang out with y'all when
Okay.
we get done recording in the
All right.
green room. It is. We've now decided that this is the green room out there.
That's the green.
Okay.
room.
That's the
Okay.
green room.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
It's
for
been a
being
blast.
here.
Yes.
And
we want you to come to one of our events
Yeah, I
and
love that.
share all about your business.
Yeah.
Monday
We'll
the
exchange
7th
information.
is
Okay, for
the
sure. Be great.
next one, right? Monday the 7th?
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
Look, meet me in the green room,
Yeah,
room
okay.
after.
All
I
right.
have lots of things to
Yeah,
tell you
I
about.
need to
I
be
have
here.
lots of things that I will invite you to. And then it'll be like
here
me
you
and
go.
Laura. I think Laura
I know,
and I
this
have
is a
seen
very
each other like
deep
3 times this week already.
Oh, yeah.
I love your sandals. Those are super cute.
Thank you.
Ooh, and we're the same size.
Are we?
Yes.
It's because they send out a newsletter,
Yes, we are.
and you see the events before anybody else does.
Over here geeking out.
Get in here. How many times have I seen you this week? Is this 4? I love it.
I can see events coming.
I,
Sick of me soon.
I just told her, I was like, Lisa was talking about an event. I was like, yeah, and I'll just see you outside. I have lots of things I'll tell you about. Then you'll be like Laura, and we'll see each other like
That's
4 times
right.
this week.
That's
and it'll
right.
Be super fun.
Yes. Yes.
Is
I
Pat
think Pat's
coming?
coming in.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
The only reason I'm coming in is because she's going to be with me.
That's fair. That's fair.
She's good moral support.
This last group was all new. Everybody was new in this last group. Trent goes, why don't we have everybody introduce themselves? And we're like, oh, yeah, y'all are all new here. That's right.
Well, fun.
We've done a few networking things. Couple.
Who else still out there? Pat and
I think Pat and Lorraine are going to come in.
Awesome.
And then I'm not sure about it.
Anybody else
I'm not
sneak in
sure.
that I haven't seen? Maybe. They're chit-chatting in the green room. We've dubbed that the green room.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, while they're chit-chatting, I'm going to talk about what I have going on to answer the question of the day. And I'm going to wait until they get in here.
Yeah,
so
I don't know how to
answer
answer your question for the day. So
But I have a couple of series is going on. One is for little kids and their moms. So I'm doing a there's 5 more weeks left in the series. And it's for little kids and their moms. It's at 10 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. You can find the information on Facebook. It's called Piggy Banks and Playtime. And I'm combining different speakers. Pat's actually going to be a speaker one week.
nice.
And financial topics. So we're going to talk about things like different types of college accounts and stuff like
I
that.
needed Derek to get it.
And
I'll give you a hand.
and then just various speakers. So I have a lady come in that's going to talk about essential oil safety for kids. A lot of people want to use essential oils, but some aren't really safe to use around kids, and then some aren't safe to use around boys, but are around girls. And so we're going to be talking about different stuff like that. And
Microphone didn't
then,
do anything to you.
and then I have another series that I'm doing on Thursday evenings from 6 to 7, and next week. July the 3rd, my speaker is an MTSU police officer. So
Okay.
he's coming to talk about campus safety. And then I have a couple that are both employees at a university that are going to be coming to speak about college life and, what that looks like, and communicating
awesome.
between students and parents. And then the famous Cynthia Windrow is coming to talk about how to fill out your FAFSA. So kind of trying to shine light on, topics that kind of give teens and their
recording
parents
this?
some.
We need to be?
We are.
Oh, okay.
We've been recording.
No. I just didn't see you up there or anything, and we need to. Okay.
Yeah. We're
Sorry
good.
I interrupted. All right. You can edit that, right?
No, we're live. So just kind of shining some light on topics that tend to give parents and teens anxiety as they go through different transitions. So that is what I'm doing. So, and the question of the day is that I just got to answer for myself is, what are you doing this summer to keep your business hot? What are you doing to keep business flowing, to not just get caught up in summer and do nothing, to communicate with people and get new clients or keep your clients going as they're going back and forth from vacations and stuff like that?
You really provided a lot of opportunities there. How many chances do they have to communicate with you and be? Do you know what I'm saying? You've got a lot going on.
Yeah, 10 right now. 10
Wow.
left.
Wow.
This week was full, but I have 10 left. So the next 5 weeks, two things a week for the next 5 weeks. Oh, and then first Thursday will be Messy Buns and Big Funds Live. And that's going to be at O'Flow on the square. And actually, Katie is going to be leading that one.
Awesome.
So I'll be there for part of it, and Katie will be leading. So, but all this stuff is on Facebook events, and definitely reach out to me. But anyways, what do y'all have going on? What are y'all doing to keep your businesses hot and fiery this summer? I should have said it this way from the beginning. what are you doing to keep your business as hot as the Tennessee weather?
Oh, Lord.
Oh my.
Whoever wants to answer first.
Well, I'll jump in.
Okay.
Bell's feet. Go ahead.
You are something else, you are. One of the basic philosophies and underlying principles of business from the inside out is I firmly believe that everyone has a birthright of dignity and respect. I don't care who you are, you come in with that. And what happens is we end up giving those pieces away inadvertently, not intending to. Okay, but there are people that try and take them and diss us and all that kind of stuff. But too much of the time we give that away ourselves. And so part of the solution to that is boundaries, of course. And the most common time to not honor our boundaries is when we're in overwhelm. Because that's when there's so much to do and it's just easier. It's just easier. Next time I'll do it, right? So the solution to that is to learn some tools to understand why you're doing that so that you can stop doing it. We're going to do that next Wednesday.
Awesome. Is that an in-person or a virtual class?
Oh, this is virtual, so you don't even have to go out into this lovely Tennessee heat to participate. It's from 12 to 1:30 on Wednesday. It's on Zoom, okay? And there'll be some education, and yes, I have a tendency to get on a rant every once in a while about, hey, this is your birthright, don't be giving it away. All right, but mostly what you're going to get are some tools. I'm promising you 3. And given enough time, I think we'll have time to do what I call some hot seats or some angel chairs if you prefer that.
I'm not coming.
Oh, come on. So, but you can look at that anyway. I could talk for hours. I don't want to do that. But that's how I keep my business going, is by offering those really minute parts of being business from the inside out, so that you can take them and learn from them. And during the summer's a good time for that, because it's a great diversion from other stuff, and it's a good time to look at some stuff like that.
Not only is it a great way to keep your business going during the summer, but it's a really great way to help other business owners keep their business going during the summer.
I never looked at it that way. Thank you.
That's perfect timing for something like that. Because, I mean, this is the time of year, when we have kids and we have vacations, and other people have kids and have vacations, and it tends to get chaotic just because of the season that we're in. And
that's one of the reasons why we're doing it virtually, because you can have the kids at home and you can still be there.
Absolutely. And I think that, sometimes with business owners, they keep going, well, when I get this, when I get, and then all of a sudden it's August 1st and the kids are going back to school and they go, oh crap. And that's time that they can't get back.
Right. Right.
And so that's what an incredible way. So if anybody's looking for a way to not do that, and, so this is going to be the third time I've said this, right? Because we keep switching people, but we've been talking about how having a group like this, a networking group, but, a tribe like this is so important, because you could literally sit in here and go, I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what I should do. I have no idea what I'm doing to keep my business going during the summer. And it would be okay. And this is the group of people that would talk through that. And I think that class is a really great way to kind of start that conversation, maybe for somebody that doesn't know, or does know their pitfalls and doesn't know how to fix them.
And then also see some things that they weren't aware of before. They may know some of them, but go, oh, I never even thought about that being a pitfall, or that being not honoring a boundary.
Yeah.
Or
I know after I had the privilege of reading some of your stuff before it started going out for advertisements and stuff like that. And I thought about some of it the other day. I was on a call, and it could have easily, with those clients, turned into a very long call. And and I went into it knowing that it could be a long call. I went into it knowing I did not want it to be a long call. And, we we talked about what we needed to talk about, and then I was just very, hey, I know you guys have stuff going on. I put it off on them. I know you guys have stuff going on. I need to hop off this call. If you need anything else, let me know. I'm always here for you. Like, I knew I didn't want to end up just chit-chatting.
How did you feel when you hung up the phone and you went on with your life? How did you feel about you?
Oh, fantastic. Because I knew I had provided the service I needed to provide. I knew that their need was fulfilled. I knew that I had accomplished what I needed to accomplish, and that it was a successful communication, and
all of you was still intact.
And
you didn't give away anything. That's what I'm
exactly. And
all of you.
And then I got to move on to the next thing that I had to do without being frustrated that something took longer than it should have, or that I felt stuck, or
that anything. You felt guilty because you had to move on,
right? Or did not feel that at all. And I think sometimes we feel that way. We do feel guilty when we really need to move on from one thing to the next.
See, I just want to emphasize this because this is my thing. You know that is you kept you intact.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
you kept you intact. You stood up for you. You stood in your power, still being the sweetheart that you are.
Oh, thanks.
And I don't BS. You are a sweetheart you are. Because you do think of other people and keep that going. Mm-hmm. But it's possible to do both, and you did it.
Yes, it is. And I think it's so important to tell business owners that, because I think they're really sweet people. Right, definitely the ones that are way sweeter than me. The really sweet people, especially the people pleaser type, which tend to be a lot of people that are in business and service businesses. They don't want to disappoint anybody. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to do any of that stuff. And I know people are listening going, Jessica does not care if she hurts somebody's feelings. But I think they really need to know that it's okay to set those boundaries and that it's important to do so.
I'm going to say it's critical, not just okay. It's critical.
It's critical. It's critical. I agree.
Critical. Yay! I'm going to let you read my stuff more often. Plus, I want to tell you that we've gotten a lot of feedback and a lot of compliments on the posts that you did for me.
Oh, yay!
No, that's the whole idea. We got it back.
Awesome! I'm so glad. I've enjoyed reading them. I've enjoyed seeing them. I've enjoyed seeing how you have edited them more, and then use them as emails also. Because I get the emails, and I mean,
they've been good.
Yeah.
And see, the fun part for me was working with you. You don't get your nose out of joint. You don't get all upskittled because I did further editing. It was a combination of things. But I couldn't have done without you doing the basics. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't have done it. Makes me crazy. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. All right. What's somebody else doing to keep their business hot during the summer? Luann, you got anything you're doing, any programs you're doing, any membership type things, Mr. Your Tech Now?
Probably just working with Trent.
Hey, that's a really good.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something else that we hadn't said yet. So, for any business owners, anybody that runs any kind of organization, whether it's a nonprofit, a business, if you're, I don't know, if you're writing a book and you want to promote your book, or you have a cause that you're passionate about, entry level stuff, the 1200 Club.
Yes.
$100 a month, and you get recording time in the studio. Trent does an amazing job with setting everything up and then broadcasting it out. If you're wanting to, if that's not your thing and you're like, I absolutely do not want to be on a podcast, I have a lot to say, but I don't want to say it in front of a camera. If that's not you, then another way to get started and get your name out there is just do some advertising with Trent. The advertising sponsorships and things that Trent has coming in, the commercials, right? Just like a commercial on the radio, which people don't listen to the radio anymore. We all listen to podcasts on Apple and or iTunes. iTunes, you Apple people, don't come for me. I'm more of a Spotify and stuff like that, so don't come at me sideways. But Trent publishes all these podcasts out to that, and when you pay for advertising, your advertising goes in like a commercial in those podcasts. So get involved, help spread the positive, help everybody in here shine light on what's going right. It looks good for your business when you do that.
See what you started?
But it's not a podcast.
1200 Club is not a podcast.
But 1200 Club does podcasts.
You're on other podcasts. Not now. Not now. You don't get your own podcast.
No, you don't get your own podcast. You get to do whatever. Y'all are making this. I'm trying to sell you, Trent, and you're making it difficult. I quit. Sell yourself, man. Dang.
Go get him. Go get him.
Man.
It's a running joke. So.
I know y'all can't hear Trent because he's over there without a mic, as he should be today.
You hear him very
But-
slightly in the background.
Oh, very slightly in the
But it's not a
background.
podcast.
Okay, well, he's giving me a hard time, and I still think, even if he's going to give me a hard time, that you should join the 1200 Club, that you should advertise with Spread the Positive, because everything that Spread the Positive does is absolute fire. Everything he promotes, everything that Spread the Positive stands for is just incredible. Look it up, check it out, join, be a part of, whatever you got to do.
Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome, Trent.
I just had a mic, but Lorraine did an amazing job with his 1200 Club this month. He came in and shot seven quick videos, and now he has 7 weeks worth of content to post, and it's textbook how it should work. So shout out to
Nice.
So Trent's talking about how Luane just recorded his 1200 Club deal and did 7 quick short videos
in less than
in less than
an hour.
an hour, and we got to be part of the planning of those 7 short videos, which was really exciting. So I can't wait to see them come out. But yeah,
One's already out.
you can't. Oh well, I need to. Maybe I should scroll a little more. But yeah, I mean that too. If if you're thinking of like, man, I want to do something, but I don't think I could talk for an hour. That's okay. You don't have to. There's all kinds of ways to do that, and the big thing is letting Trent help you get your message out, get what you have to say out to other people who need to hear it. So you got a story, you need to tell it, and Trent has the platform.
So, along those lines, I was talking to someone today, and they were talking about the importance of people telling about their story, because you hear a lot of people who want to say that this is a woman-owned business or a minority-owned business or a veteran-owned business, but then you also have that backlash of, why do you have to sell it? Why you have to promote that you're this, that, and the other? And the person was like, because that is part of you. If you are the business owner and they are buying you and what you're selling, they need to know about you, and they need to know that the business is run by a woman or somebody in a minority. So I thought that was very interesting.
That is very interesting.
Anybody that has a problem is not your people. That's dumb. Sorry.
That's a good point. It helps you find your people. It helps you find your people, because I know, Luane, you're a veteran, and that you probably lean towards wanting to support other veterans, right?
Yes, but I also lean towards supporting small businesses, because once I became one, I realized everything that goes into it. And then you also realize and you hear, why am I going to go over here and get it for twice the amount that I can go and get it from over here? Well, the reason that you're getting it, the reason you're having to pay twice the amount is because they're having to pay they're not getting the discounts that Walmart gets because they're not buying it in bulk. They're buying it as you ask for it.
Right.
So it's not just sitting in some room on the shelf until you decide that you want it. When you say you want it, they're going to get it. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be new and freshly made. So
That's a good
there's
point.
always that.
Good point. That is a good point. I think we tend to want to do business with people that hold our same values too.
Yes.
Because that's just part of finding your people. When you find your people, you tend to share at least some values, and that you want to be around people that share your same values.
Well, Jessica, that's why we get along so well, because we like to argue and fuss at each other.
We don't argue and fuss at each other. We just make our point.
Point.
And then we laugh about it. Oh, wow.
You're both very good at modeling that behavior.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, what are some things? What are some problems that you find yourself solving this summer?
Me?
Yeah, you. Like are there any common problems or anything that you kind of recurring theme or anything?
Nobody wants to pay for anything.
We're not talking about your problems.
You said, what is a common problem that I run into?
I mean, like a common problem with somebody's computer or network.
Oh, that
or
type of problem.
Communications or...
They let it go too long. And that's in everything. So you have a computer that you've had too long. So now you're either A, having to buy another computer, or B, you're having to dump a whole bunch of money into an old computer. And most people don't understand that computers are like cars. If you go get a cheap computer, just like a cheap car, you're going to have to pay for another one sooner than later.
I was just thinking before you said cars, I was just thinking, so it's like they let their engine light stay on too long without having the codes run.
Yeah.
And that goes with the network closet. You get this shiny new business and you have somebody come in and put all your network equipment in, and you have this nice, neat closet, and you add this to it. Go throw the cable in there. You add something else. No, by the time you get done, your closet looks like you let a 2-year-old just throw yarn in it, and it's just everywhere. And you're like, I don't know what's what, and I don't know what to do. So now you have to pay somebody a lot of money to come clean it up. So, I mean, it's...
Routine maintenance, then.
Pretty much, yes. Or put a lock on the door and don't let anybody in it.
Okay, there you go. Well, good word there, sir.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I want to ask you a question and I don't know how to ask it.
Just say it.
It's
Since when have you ever pulled punches?
I'm not pulling punches. I'm trying to get the question so that I understand what I'm asking. See? Look it.
Now he's got you all upskittled.
That's
Lord
all right.
love a duck. What are you doing?
That's all right.
It's funny because she even texts it now, and she uses
The emoji.
emoji.
I
So
know.
you'll have a heart, a duck. Really?
So before I was so rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry.
No,
It'll
you're
happen
not.
again in a minute.
No, I'm clear. I will admit that technology blows. I mean, I just the fact that I can turn on my computer and do some things is a miracle. All right. So when you talk about these maintenance thing, I don't know what that means. I don't know what things should I be doing on a regular basis. That some of this stuff, they'll say it's an update. I don't want to push that update button because I'm not sure what it's going to do.
So I like to joke and tell people the difference between me and you is I'll push the button where you won't.
Okay.
But technically, yes. Updates come out when there are holes in your operating system or holes in your house. So they'll come out and they'll patch those holes. So a lot of the updates are just security updates or feature updates.
But there's a lot of little things like, and maybe it's not so little, there's a little things like updates that we don't get what we're supposed, the importance of it, I guess.
Right.
How do we learn those until it's too late, before it's too late?
It's kind of a darned if you do, darned if you don't. Because for me, what I do for my clients, I'll have the updates get staged somewhere until they get fleshed out. So a lot of times on Patch Tuesday, when Microsoft pushes the updates, sometimes you don't want to do it on Patch Tuesday because it might be an update that breaks something, and then they got to roll it back. So a lot of times what I'll do is the patch will come out on Patch Tuesday, and I'll hold on to it for a week or 2 weeks before I push them out. But then you have your home users. They don't know to go back out and do it. So with them, I usually just say, just turn on automatic updates. And when they come out, they're updating. And if you just so happen to be one of the unlucky few that gets a bad update, then you'll have to roll it back or have somebody come roll it back for you. But the maintenance that you have to do is getting less and less, because years ago you had to do defrags. You don't have to do those anymore. They're built in the operating system. So you just make sure that it's patched, and you make sure that you're not overloading your hard drive. And for the most part, you'll be fine. But the biggest thing is, don't hold on to the computer until you can't hold on to the computer anymore. Because a lot of people will get a computer when Windows 11 comes out, and 8 years later when they come out with Windows 12, they'll hold on to that computer for another 8 years. So now they are on Windows 13 and you're still on Windows 7 and wondering why your computer's not working.
So in other words, just to make that real short, if your computer isn't acting right, or if you feel like it's running slow, just call Luann.
Well, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the maintenance is that they're talking about.
Yeah.
So
Just call
Reboot
Luann.
it at least once a week.
Who what?
Reboot it at least once a week.
What does that mean?
So there's a button.
Have you
There's
tried
the little
turning it on
power
again?
button. When you click on the power button, it gives you shut down, restart.
Yeah.
Hit restart at least once a week.
Has anybody seen the IT crowd? Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Just don't unplug it, because when you unplug it, that is a hard reset, and you're going to fry your hard drive if you have a disk hard drive.
I don't know what accent that was, but it wasn't Roy or Moss.
It was Lewang.
Oh man! All right, Laura, do you have anything that you're doing for summer, or are you just kind of just grinding?
I'm just so I'm trying to prioritize. So make sure that I spend time each morning going through all the priorities of the day. I try to set my week up a week ahead of time so that I know which networking events I'm going to go to, what follow-ups I need to do, which classes I'm going to try to hit, seminars and such, and try to make sure I just have time in my day to do all of the things.
Can I send you my calendar?
Man, that
and you do
is
for
so
me also?
smart.
I love calendars.
I mean, I can send you mine, and you can prioritize mine
You
for
could
me.
actually do that for him, couldn't you?
I could.
Yeah,
I could.
that's her business. Come on.
She'll send you a small, negligible bill for her service. Luann needs HR services for himself.
For himself.
Hey,
Yes.
listen, that's not a bad idea, actually. There's
Yes.
probably a lot of business owners that need just some little bit
organization,
of personal
little help.
management.
Yeah.
That girl, that's your new
There we go.
that's your new marketing thing. Add
I
that
am
to your
very
list of
organized.
services.
I've been trying to fire myself, but HR won't.
Man,
let me.
you need to add that to your you know,
do
when you go
need
to
to.
networking and stuff, you need to
Yes.
say, hey, if you're a solopreneur
Yeah.
and you just need somebody that can be your personal HR department and get you organized and prioritized, I can be that too. Oh, girl. Summer, here we come.
Make
All
sure
right.
I'm not there, because I'm going to ask you, can you fire me?
All right. Well, we let's wrap this up, man. We have been going for a long time. We've had a lot of different people here this evening, and it has been awesome to hear what everybody has going on. And I know if you're listening, you have definitely taken away at least a couple of tips and tricks about what you can do in your business or in your personal life to beat the heat or be the heat in your summer business. So make sure you come join us next month, 4th Friday, not the last Friday, but the 4th Friday of the month from 5 to 7. We've got a bunch of people out in the green room hanging out, talking, networking over at Cedar Glade Brews, hitting up the food trucks, kind of all over the little campus area here. And then in here, in the hot seats, on live, talking about business, talking about life, talking about balancing, all of that. And ultimately, doing what we're all here for, surrounded by these plus signs, spreading the positive, shining light on what's going right. Check out the 1200 Club. Check out Reading Associates. Check out Spread the Positive, and go back and check out all of these awesome people who have represented their businesses and organizations here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Trent doesn't have a mic tonight, but that's okay. He thanks you too. And we'll see y'all next month.
Yeah.
All right. Woo! Very good. Ric Flair.